Good morning and welcome to week 13. We just have week 13 and 14 to go this semester. Unbelievable. I feel like we just rolled in our shorts in early September. Okay, you know that this week and today you have the primary research plan. That's where you're going to think about an interview or a survey or observations or something where you gather research about your problem and your potential solution. You'll give me the first draft of your proposal memo, and you'll participate in discussion form number 12. Just to remind you, what you're doing there is to post that memo so you get some peer feedback. So you'll want to work on that as we get closer to the end of today. Of course, for this week, I'll have you watch this video. Your proposal draft is due on Saturday so that you have time to, I have time to give you feedback. And don't forget that you'll have your title page, your table of contents, your list of figures, the content of your paper. That now just basically you've already done the introduction, the discussion. You're going to expand that recommendation into viable steps for the implementation of your solution and then a conclusion. So basically, you're taking your existing white paper and inserting that solution, that stepwise solution into the paper. So the beginning shouldn't change that much unless you need to expand it because you've found more information. And then you'll add your references page. Again, due Saturday at 11:55. You will also participate in your final peer review. Your peer review of this is due on you've got your discussion form number 13. I'll check these names. I know that I made them when we first had the class roster, and some things have shifted. So I will get in and make sure that all of the names are correct. Thank you for those of you who let me know last time. But you're going to post your draft here, and you have until Sunday to finish that. Now, and you've got your list of questions to provide answers to so that your peer can have that set of feedback as well. I want to just take you over to this particular document. It's up in the proposal folder, but you've got all of the things that you need to include in the proposal and where that will look. From the graphic organizer perspective, you've already got your white paper introduction, current situation, and kind of that conclusion. You're adding the actual plan and any qualifications, anything about the personnel or the background of the organization or any prior experience that's going to shed some further light on the success of the particular solution that you're suggesting. One more thing that I want to call your attention to this week is, as I promised you on the last day that I actually met with you in class over in Poly Hall, I'm happy to meet with you to talk to you about this paper before you turn it in as a final draft on the last day of the semester. So I can be out to OU by 6 p.m. on Tuesday and on Wednesday of the last week of the semester. So I'm going to leave it up to you. If you would like to meet with me face to face, put your name into one of these slots so that I can meet with you physically and talk to you about the paper before you turn it in on the last day of the semester, which is December 8th. Or if you want the traditional in our class this semester now, screencast, I'm happy to do that as well. Or if you want a different option, just email me. The other options would be for us to talk on the phone or to Skype or FaceTime. So if there's something that I can do to accommodate you, just let me know. But I'm going to leave that up to you. If you populate these conference times, I'll meet you near the Writing Center on those evenings so that you'll have plenty of time to make your revisions before you turn in your final copies for the semester. All right, so I think I've told you everything. Oh, there was one more thing that I want you to look at. Up in the proposal folder is an example of a student paper. There's a couple of examples, but let me just refresh your memory. Here's your title page. Here is your table of contents. You're going to want to set it up like this, where you've got your list of figures, your executive summary with your page numbers, the content of your paper, your references, and your appendix. The appendix is usually any pertinent charts or graphs. Well, typically what we do with the appendices in research papers is we give the questions asked, because often our graphs and charts are in the text of the paper as figures. So sometimes other researchers will want to know, well, what did you actually ask? So you'll see when we get down to her appendix that it's the list of questions. List of figures, the executive summary. You've got keywords. Please add those this time. I did have that indicated for the other paper, but I would like you to think of the main ideas. Just as if you were doing a keyword search, what would pop up? What would somebody search for to find your paper? One or two, maybe three keywords. Okay, background, you've got the problem, the analysis. You can see where she's inserted the figures that are gleaned from her primary research. Similarly, tables, certain attributes that Raleigh House should change according to consumers' feedback. And similarly for figure number 3, then you see the implementation stepwise, how this could be implemented into a company and what the benefits would be. And then her references page. And here you can see the appendix is simply the questions that she asked in her survey. All right, if you have questions over the course of the week, don't hesitate to ask. I'm looking forward to the final stages of this project.